Alright, so here's the magnate. First we'll go down to the spawn deck. You see you got the guns, and 2 heavy guns, and the engine. So this would be a gunner or a spanner mount buff position. We'd have like a flagger or watcher. Really, those are the only 2 useful guns in this game. And the heavy guns, the flak and the watcher, because you need kill power. Now, the problem here is that, well, we'll talk about this the main position right here. You want a spanner mount chem. You can get away with an extinguisher though. But chem's a good choice right here because you see you can quickly chem the hole during your reload. So this is the main entry position. It's not too far away to chem these guns. The problem is that this hole ends up taking so much damage. You really need 2 hands on it when you can. So, if you have a NG down here, a spanner mount buff, you can tap the hole by using your stamina, but otherwise a gunner can't do it. A small change that would make the ship a lot more powerful would be moving up this hole a little bit, just so the gunner could hit it from below. And that would actually make it viable to have a gunner. Right now you can't have a gunner on this ship. So that's the front part. And now for this rear. You see you got the balloon, the engines, and some guns. Oh, by the way, one second here. So I briefly showed the arcs. So that's why I put a Banshee here, because it's got good arcs. Gat would also work, but the problem, Gat's only aims up about that much. And as you can see, these guns are aimed upwards. So ideally you want a gun with good arcs right here. But yeah, that's why Banshee is probably a solid choice. Now here, up here, we have a Gat to break their armor. You really need a Gat on every ship in Alliance mode. A Gat or the Apollo gun. But ideally you would want a wrench buff NG on your ship. This is where you would put a wrench buff NG, but a wrench is not good on balloon. Now you have the main NG who can bring a spanner mallet to the balloon if necessary, and you can get away with just a wrench up here, and if you're not taking too much balloon fire. Now one useful thing, you can actually jump over to the other side by using your stamina. That uses up your stamina a bit, so it's not too much slower to just jump regularly. But if that platform was a bit longer up top, wider, you can actually jump over without using your stamina, which would make this position a lot more powerful. But so that pretty much wraps up the magnate. It actually has a pretty good vertical movement, not too great at turning. It actually feels like the Mobula kind of. Not really, though. I've heard people compare it to the Mobula. It doesn't really feel like the Mobula. It feels like a less maneuverable magnate. That's what it is. It's a less maneuverable magnate. So that pretty much wraps it up. Basically, to make this ship work, you need the hull repairable from the bottom, because that way you can actually have a gunner on the ship. I don't mind, but people like having gunners on the ship. So yeah, in order to make a gunner viable, you need the hull repairable from the bottom. It just takes too long to come up here, and you end up taking just so much damage on the ship.